40 years old, you absolutely can look and feel better than you did in your 20s. I'm living proof. I turned 40 earlier this year. Here's a before and after. But if you do want to look better than you did in your 20s, that doesn't mean that you should train like a 20-year-old. Today we're going to be talking about how to train into your 40s so that you can literally turn back the clock. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Let's just go full Captain Obvious here. 20-year-olds can get away with anything. Remember how you could go partying all weekend, eat McDonald's, hungover, do no exercise, and still stay in shape? Well, that's because you had the hormones of a 20-year-old, and that protected you from certain metabolic problems that at your age now are very hard to fix. Throw in pregnancy, childbirth, perimenopause, and you're dealing with things like insulin resistance, high cortisol levels, high stress levels, and that ultimately leads to stubborn weight gain, especially around your belly. And because of this, it's made us women 30 plus and 40 and beyond obsessed with fat loss. It's the first thing you think about when you go on your health kick. You know, you look at your muffin top and your back fat and your bingo wings, and you just incorrectly prioritize cardio workouts because you think that's what's going to give you the results. But that short-sighted approach only keeps you on this never-ending hamster wheel, chasing results that never last. All you're doing is addressing the symptom and not the cause. And I know we all want to look good, and there's nothing wrong with that. And if you're approaching your 40s, you shouldn't be training for short-term aesthetic goals and fat loss, because there are factors that are far more important in your 30s and 40s, like your functional health. So being strong and mobile should also be a top priority for you. You want to be able to run after your kids and lug the shopping bags around and bend down to tie your shoelaces without putting your back out. And we talk about heart health and the importance of cardio, but why does no one talk about the fact that past the age of 30, women lose between 3 to 8% of their muscle mass every decade, and it only gets worse from your 60s onwards. As your sex hormones start to decline, so does your bone density levels, and with that comes osteoporosis and possible fractures. But the good news is that you can actually reverse this. Muscle mass is the key to longevity and anti-aging, but also having more muscle guarantees that you're going to have long-lasting changes. Too many women prioritize cardio and fat loss in their 40s rather than lifting weights and building muscle. That's what's aging them faster. But we don't just want to maintain muscle mass as we get older, we want to grow more of it, which is why lifting weights is so important for women over 40. Not cardio, not high intensity workouts, not Orange Theory, not Peloton, weights. We're told that HIIT workouts and calorie restriction and eating low fat and less protein and more fiber is healthier for us and is actually the way to look good in our 40s, but that's the complete opposite of what you should actually be doing. And it's really confusing because all you see on social media is young 20-year-olds bouncing up and down, doing burpees and intense HIIT workouts and eating a ton of carbs and processed supplements, and they look in great shape. And not to mention all of the home workout apps that are promoting that same kind of lifestyle to you. But it's completely wrong for you as a woman 30 plus. You need a different approach. And because women's health and fitness is kind of saturated with the same message, it brainwashes women into thinking that weights will make them look manly or make them bulk up. So they're actually scared of lifting heavier weights, which is nuts because building muscle takes so long. It doesn't happen overnight. You don't just do a deadlift and then the next day you look like a pro bodybuilder. That manly look is actually very, very hard to achieve as a natural woman, especially in her 40s when your sex hormones start to decline and your metabolism isn't what it used to be. P.S. These bulky, manly looking women are extreme cases, and they're usually fueled by performance enhancing drugs taken over very long periods of time. So don't compare yourself to them. Or they're just focusing on the wrong type of training and eating the wrong kind of diet. If you're a woman approaching your 40s or in your 40s and beyond, you need to counter the declining sex hormones and the muscle wastage and the fat gain by actually eating more protein than the average 20-year-old does, and prioritizing weights over cardio. Also, when I say lift weights, I don't mean CrossFit, I don't mean powerlifting, I don't mean strength training and going as heavy as you possibly can with the weights. I'm talking about hypertrophy training, which is the best way to change your body composition, which basically means building more muscle in all the right places and losing body fat. That's why my workouts are so effective and popular. By the way, you can build muscle from home because it's not about lifting as heavy as possible, it's about training smarter, not harder. And of course, there are tons of young fitness influencers out there who are very serious about the gym, and they lift weights and they're incredibly strong and look amazing. But again, they don't cater to your needs as a woman in her 30s and 40s and beyond. You cannot go hardcore like these 20-year-olds doing 100-kilo hip thrusts and pushing for personal records every other session. Pushing too hard is also counterintuitive. Personally, I feel like there's a massive gap in women's health and fitness that just doesn't cater to women in their 30s and 40s and beyond. And the only inspiration and information that we're given really is all coming from very young girls who simply don't have the same needs as we do. So one of the other things that's not really on young girls' agendas, because they have youth on their side, is focusing on mobility and recovery. And when I was younger, I could train really hard, do whatever, and it didn't really affect me. But as you age, your sex hormones decline, and so do your collagen stores. So this massively affects the health of your joints and your connective tissues. So along with lifting weights and building muscle, women over 40 should also really be prioritizing more mobility workouts. It's something that I've noticed in myself as I've turned 40, that I can't just lift heavy weights and do a bit of yoga. I really need to match the time of lifting weights with mobility work as well. I recently uploaded a 30-minute yoga and mobility workout on my channel, which you can check out here. And the same goes for recovery. Resting is just as important as your workouts, and I think this is doubly true for women approaching 40 and beyond. Take full rest days, focus on stretching, do yoga, make sure that you're getting quality sleep, and take measures to lower your stress levels. You want to get into that rest and digest mode that I always talk about, because that's where actual muscle building and fat loss happens. And on a lasting note, cardio is of course important for your heart health, so I'm not saying to ditch it completely, but there's no need to do it excessively either. Just 2 20-minute sessions a week is more than enough. Whether it's a gentle walk or a swim, or if you like to do a dance class, and if your joints allow it, sprinting is great too. And if you think that you need cardio to lose weight, understand that fat loss is a hormone thing, not just a burning calories thing, because fat loss is actually dictated by your lifestyle and your diet. Exercise has very little to do with it. If you want me to talk more about how you should be eating as you approach your 40s with your fitness goals, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you in another video. Bye.